Good morning. It's Sunday morning, July 3rd, 2022. I'm out doing a little bit of driving around. I'm still basically in Lafayette. I'm on the outskirts of Lafayette, basically kind of towards between Lafayette and Red Boiling Springs. It's 7:18 in the morning, and I'm going to hit part of the Macon County Trail or Macon County Tour. Basically from Hale Road at some intersection, and then make my way back to Westmoreland. So there's going to be a couple of cool stream crossings that I do, a couple of dirt roads, and it's basically just a really nice drive out in the country. It's not anything technical, it's not anything that I have to get into four-wheel drive for, but it's just a really, really pretty drive. It's one that I've done several times. And I really like doing it, but this is going to be the first time that I show it on this channel, so I'm going to get to it. So I'm headed right now a little bit off of my route that I'm going to be on, but there's a really cool stream crossing that's going to be up here not too far, maybe about a mile away from where I'm at. I'm on Liberty Road in Lafayette, and this is going to take me to a really cool stream crossing and also a really old church, which I think is really cool. So all right, I'm out of here, and then I'll be right back at the stream crossing. All right, I'm on Liberty Road again here in Westmoreland. I'm turning left, and I don't know the name of this road, but it does go through this little stream crossing right here. So the water's way down because we haven't had a whole lot of rain. And then the road picks up back over here. So this is one of my favorite areas on the Macon County Tour, or the MCT. And it goes back that way toward Red Boiling Springs. I'm going to turn around and go back through and continue on down Hale Road. Again, this is a really cool spot out on Liberty Road, right outside of Lafayette. I just came from that direction up through here. There's my Jeep, and the creek keeps going down that way. It's just a really, really beautiful little area. I'm really glad that somebody found it and mapped it out so other people could find it, because it's really, really pretty out here. Beautiful area. I'd like to head down that way some more at some point. I'll probably try to do that, but not today. This is right just down the road down here from the little stream crossing that I was at, but this is Liberty Missionary Baptist Church, and I don't know if you can see the sign right there, but it says it was organized in 1822. So the body of this church at least has been here for 200 years, which is just amazing to me. It's got a little window up there. What's all that? That's kind of cool. Never noticed that before, but it's just amazing that that's been here for this long. All right, I've made my way off of Hale Road onto Pitcock Road, and this is a little dirt road that goes way down a hill. It gets pretty rocky towards the end of it, and then heads over to a big creek crossing. So I'm really looking forward to that one. I've only been down this section once, and it is really fun. Window's fogging up a little bit, but right around here it starts getting kind of rocky, and I think I'll make my way back up this way instead of going all the way back around to the main road. But like I said, this is really rocky back here. Really fun to drive on. You definitely don't want to get going too fast down here, but it is a fun little drive. Like I said, I'll make my way back up this way on my way back after I do the creek crossing down here. Alright, and I'm back. Still on Pitcock Road. This is heading down the hill. And when I get down to the bottom of the hill, I'll go for a little stretch before it gets to the creek crossing. And it's pretty rocky down here. You don't want to get going too fast. And you know, this is just a county road, but it's one of my favorites that I've been on the MCT. There we go. My window keeps fogging up this morning. Again, this is Pitcock Road on the MCT, Macon County Tour. Alright, and I'm coming up on the Deep Creek crossing, which shouldn't be that deep today because it hasn't been raining a whole lot lately. But come down this way just a little bit, and the last time I came down here, it was better to stay off to the left and then make my way back over to the right. So I'm gonna do that now. Alright, that was pretty damn deep. that was deeper than I thought it was going to be. But really cool crossing. I think I might have to do that again. I'm done with the creek crossing, so now I'm going back up Pitcock Road. I am in 4 low just because I feel like I should be. Slipped out of 4-wheel drive there. And this is where I'm going to start going up the hill on Pitcock. So it's really rocky It was really rocky coming down, so I imagine it's probably going to be really, really rocky going back up, I'm sure. This is a cool drive. It's not as rocky as Hale Road is. That's over by Red Boiling Springs. But it goes pretty straight up the hill, and it's rocky enough. When I get up a little bit more towards the top of this little hill, it's going to get a little bit rockier, a little bit bumpier. Still really, really fun to drive on. Yeah, about 40 yards up there is when it's going to start getting a little off balance, a little off camber. Yep, right around here. That's where the rocks are. Let's see if I can get some of this. That was the worst of it. All right, so I just turned off of Galen Road onto Hale Rd. Hale Rd. And so I'm taking the MCT back east to west toward Westmoreland. So intersection of Galen Road and Hale Rd. I'm on Hale Rd right now, and taking the MCT back to Westmoreland from here. That's my starting point. So I'll be back when there's something cool. All right, I'm still in Macon County. I'm on Knight Road, K-N-I-G-H-T. There's just a little cemetery out here. This is called the Driver's Cemetery. It looks like there's probably 40 or 50 headstones back there, and I'm not going to go back there. But just out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know who the drivers are or what they are, but they've got their cemetery out here, and I think that's really cool. You know, literally out in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing out here. So, you know, I can see up into the cemetery a little bit, and you know, lots of Knights. There's a couple of McDonald's. So it's pretty cool. I'd love to go out there one day and see how old some of these headstones are, how far back they date, but I'm not going to do that today. But this is a real neat little find out here, just like I said, out in the middle of nowhere. All right, I'm still on Knight Road. This isn't much of a stream crossing, but it's a cool little area. Beautiful area. All right, I'm at the intersection of Acresville and Underwood Road. There's a little church here called Underwood Missionary Baptist Church. It doesn't say on it when it was established. I would assume that it was a pretty good while ago, considering that they've got a cemetery here also that appears to be occupied by a number of tenants. So again, this is just, you know, out of the middle of nowhere in Macon County. But the Underwood Cemetery is right here. A lot of the headstones look pretty new. I don't know how old they go, how far they go back, but it's a good sized cemetery, and there are a good number of headstones in there. So I imagine that this cemetery has been around for a good long while, and then so that means that the church probably has also. I'm a fan of old buildings, old farmhouses, old barns, old churches. And this one looks like it was redone, at least within the last 20 or so years, but I would have to guess that the body of the church is probably a lot older than that. So, cool little spot. All right, I'm on Punchin Creek Road in Macon County, and should be coming up on a little water crossing here. It's just a little dirt road. Yeah, here we go. So, not a big deal, but I do love the water crossing. So, let me get this here real quick. Somebody's laying up there. All right. That was pretty deep. This is the area where I just came through. I just came in from that side, drove over across to this side. Punchin Creek Road, and if I'm not mistaken, if I go down the road just a little bit farther, there's another creek crossing up there pretty close. But you know, the creek goes down that way and then again back down that way. So this is a really pretty area out here. That water was deeper than I thought it was going to be, so interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how deep the final creek crossing is going to be. That's normally somewhat deep. So anyway, going back up this way, and let's keep going. I'm on a little road called Spring Creek Road. Again, I'm going backwards, or not backwards, but east to west on the MCT, heading towards Westmoreland. So I'm on Spring Creek Road, and there's supposed to be a water crossing coming up pretty shortly. So I should be running across that any second now. This is just a little dirt road. Real pretty ride back through the country. Not really much of anything. There are some people that live back here. But they're few and far between. So we just passed the house right there. So yeah, the stream crossing is going to be right up here, up over this little, or just around this little bend right here. So about to get to that. Been through this one several times. Real pretty area. Spring Creek Road. Real nice area out here. All right, I'm just past the creek crossing on Spring Creek Road. Again, going east to west to Westmoreland. I'm on Spring Creek, just past the little creek crossing there. If I'm not mistaken, I come down a little farther. It's just a little dirt and gravel road back here. Yeah. So there's another little creek crossing right here, right before there's a little church on the right hand side. So, and there's not much to this one, but I do love the creek crossing. So that's that. All right, so I'm still on Spring Creek Road. I'm gonna go up that way, which is White Springs Road. So here at the intersection of White Springs and Spring Creek is this little church right here. This is the Spring Creek Missionary Baptist Church. It doesn't say when it was established, but you know, maybe it was a long time ago. I don't know. That just came from that direction down there, going that direction down there. I've seen this little church right here, and this one intrigues me because there's not really a whole lot, you know, out here. There's not a whole lot of homes out this way. It just really intrigues me to know how many people they have coming here on a Sunday. I will likely never know, but that's okay. All right, I'm on Wicks Hollow Road in Macon County, and this is one of my favorite spots here. There's an old abandoned house right here, and one of these days I'm gonna get up the guts to go in it, even though I shouldn't. It looks like it's been abandoned for a really long time, but it's one of those old style, you know, houses. It's got the 2 doors on the front. A lot of the houses built a long time ago had 2 doors on the front. Tin roof. Around on the other side there's a shed, but this is literally right across the street. There's my Jeep from this creek right here. Really pretty area. The creek goes down that way, and it's running this way, and it obviously keeps going on down that way. Just a really pretty area. I don't know why I'm as fascinated with this house as I am. I just seem to be, but I think it's really cool. It looks like somebody's cutting the grass out here. So although I think it's highly unlikely that anybody lives here, somebody's tending it, so somebody at least owns it and is taking care of it. So there's the shed right there on the side. There's another little door right there. So yeah, it's just a real neat little house. Again, I'd love to go in it one day, although I likely won't. But yeah, cool spot. Beautiful little area, like I said. There's the creek right there, just on the opposite side of the street. So yeah, really cool. All right, so Wicks Hollow Road turns into Tommy Wicks Road, which is a little, you know, gravel road, just coming back out here in the sticks. I think I'm officially, yeah. So part of this Macon County tour goes up barely into Kentucky. So I'm officially in Kentucky right now. The road's getting a little more gravelly and bumpy. The stream is off to the left. And I'm approaching a, not really a water crossing, but it's just a cool little area that could be considered a water crossing. It hasn't rained out here for a while though, so it's not really. This is it, and I'll get out and get a little footage of this. Yeah, so this is where I'm at right now. I just came from this direction. The stream comes this way, and then somebody has concreted this right here. I'm headed that way. Somebody's concreted this right here, but then the stream goes across over this way, and there's a sharp drop off right there. It goes down and then goes down that way. This is a nice little area. Again, we are in, or I am in Kentucky, barely into Kentucky. I guess it would be considered Scottsville or Holland, but I'm about to dip back into Tennessee as soon as I get out of this area right here. So again, real neat little area. There I am. Gorgeous area. The first time I came back here was in January. It was in, I think it was in February or March, and there wasn't, you know, any leaves on the trees or anything. It was just a beautiful place. You know, you could see for a mile around here, and it smells really clean. But yeah, this is a really cool spot right here. All right, I just turned onto Highland Church Road off of Tommy Wicks Road. This is a little building. It's old. I mean, it's really old. I've been in it before, and there's a bunch of desks and school books. There's a chalkboard in there, so it apparently used to be a schoolhouse. I think it was the original Highland Road Baptist Church, which is behind me, which is what I'm getting ready to show you. But I think this was the original church, and it got converted into an old schoolhouse. I've been in here before, and like I said, it looks to be an old church. That door was not shut the last time I came in here, so it makes me wonder if there's maybe not somebody in there, and so I'm not really gonna go up into it today. If it were open and a little bit more inviting looking, I probably would, but I don't think I'm going to. So anyway, Highland Church Road, I think this is the original Highland Church. And here's the Highland General Baptist Church. On the sign it says it was established in 1896. Obviously this is a much newer building than that, but the body of the church has been here since 1896. So 126 years. So that's pretty cool. This is a neat area. It's all farmland. There's a bunch of corn over there. But this church has its own cemetery down here, and this I really appreciate people getting buried at the church where they went, or the church that they attended. Churches don't have churchyards anymore. You know, everybody's always buried at a funeral home or a cemetery, independent of a church. And I really appreciate the fact that some of these old churches still have their own cemeteries, and that people still get buried in the churchyard where they attended church. So that's really, really cool. So again, we're headed back to Westmoreland. I'm on Highland Church Road. It says we're still in Kentucky. Looks like I'm about to dip back down into Tennessee. So that's that. All right, I'm a little farther down. I'm actually taking a shortcut. I'm taking a shortcut on Rocky Mound Road. This is going to take me over to Rocky Mound over in Westmoreland. There should be one more creek crossing after that, and then I'm going to head back to the house. So I'm not going to, there's a section of it that I'm not going to do. So yes, I'm on Rocky Mound Road, and this is going to take me somewhere, I don't know. Okay, so yeah, I took Rocky Mound Road to Hawkins Road. And now I'm just headed back towards Westmoreland. There should be one more creek crossing, and that'll be a little ways up, and then I'll about be done. So anyway, yeah. All right, I just turned onto Sister Hollow Road, and the very last of my creek crossings is right up here. So actually, this would be the first creek crossing coming from the other direction. So I'm almost back into Westmoreland right now. So I really like this area because, well, I'll show you. It goes in that direction for a good little ways, and you can drive down there. You got the creek crossing here, and then it goes on down that way around the bend down there to the right for a good little section. So I'll go ahead and cross the creek now, and then we're going to head down that way. Alright, it's about as far down as I'm going to come because I'm running out of room to turn around. But I'm going to pee and then I'm going to turn around. right, so I just left the creek crossing at Sister Hollow Road. I'm still on Sister Hollow Road, but I'm past that creek crossing. And now I'm just headed back into Westmoreland. It's not going to take very long to get there. I think I've got maybe 1 or 2 more turns before I get onto whatever highway that goes through Westmoreland is. I guess it's 31 that runs me back into Gallatin. So I'm about done, and I think I'm gonna leave it here. I don't think there's really too much more going on between here and the city of Westmoreland. Again, I'm on Sister Hollow Road, and like I said, there's only 1 or 2 more turns before I get to the main highway in Westmoreland, which is going to take me back to my house in Gallatin. So unless I see something cool that I forgot about, this is where I will leave it. So until next time.